Hello, welcome back. The issue is fixed without changing anything in the code because maybe my Mac was running out of memory because I'm streaming and working on this project, so it's a memory intensive task. Anyways, so let's continue. We have implemented authentication. This is where I left off with auth screen. Now let's design this. Our client has requested something that I did for him in the previous project, so I can just copy a few things from that project to make it life easy, because our last session was not that productive. The 2 hours were wasted. Okay, so let me quickly open that project up. And let me quickly copy a few things. Here we go. Out screen. Inside the body we'll have these. Now I need to just remove the code which is not relevant to this. So let me import this package that we already used. We need a selected index. Let's have that up here. Let's make this a stateful widget. Now I need to create a list for the features. Let's have colors, the material colors that we are using. I need to create this list again. And we just need to do this. Continue with Google. I'll need to re-implement these things. I'm just gonna have the UI part done for now. Okay, so now all I need to do is just create a list with, let's create a model for that. Let's call it feature model dart. Let's have that up here. We're gonna have a title, description, and icon for that specific feature. Now we'll create a list of a feature model. Features. We have the empty list. Now all we need to do is to solve these two errors. One is here and one is there. And there is another one, but which is just warnings. Okay, so now let me quickly add two images that I need, Apple and Google. Copy these two files, create a new assets folder, paste them inside, go to the pubspec.yaml file, go to the assets, let's have this, assets, that's it. I need to create this widget, OAuth button, so let's have that widget. OAuth button, there we go, we have it. Let's import that button and we are good to go. We have a continue with Google button, we have continue with Apple button, and we need to just create a list of features. Now what we'll do, we'll use ChatGPT to write us really good Now let's create a features. For now, let me just say feature icons ABC description title. Just for testing this, let's have 3 copies for that, and let's restart the app. Now we have this kind of, you know, slider where you see all the features of your app. Now let's create some features for the app actually. Let's go to ChatGPT. Let me ask the ChatGPT to give me some kind of features. I know the features of my own app, but I just need a catchy title and description, you know, and some kind of icon, like which icon should I use. So instead of sitting and thinking about it myself, I can just give this task to an AI to do it for me. Okay, so we have some results. Okay, let me put this in this monitor so you all can also see what I'm writing. This was the prompt. Give me a feature list of podcast app to put on onboarding screen. And now these are the list of the features that we have. Now we'll pick some of them, we'll modify them, and then we'll put them up in here. Okay, so the ChatGPT is not stopping. Okay, there we go. We have a 20 list of features, but we don't need all of them. We'll just pick some good one. Yeah, we can just have this one, explore trends. So let's just have that one first in our code. So explore trends is a title and this is our description. Yeah, let's just copy this, paste it inside that, and we'll have a trending icon. Okay, let's just go to the feather icons and explore some of their icon library to see if there's any good icon for that. Trending, okay, we don't have much up here. Let's go to the material icons. Let's use this icon. What is the name of the icon? Let me copy that. Local fire department. Okay, let's just use that one. That looks good. Let me go to this, and I'm gonna say icons, local fire department, and let's restart the app to see it in action. Explore trends. Now we have it, you see. Now let's add one more feature from the ChatGPT. We can have this, we can have this, we can also have this. Okay, let's copy these things. We'll remove some of them. Of course, we're not gonna have everything, then it will be too much for the user. Okay, so let me paste a lot of things up here in the new tab. Explore thousands of podcasts, and then we'll rearrange each feature as well. So which feature should be shown first? You know, the order of the features. Now for explore and discover, we can have a search bar, search icon, sorry, not bar, search icon. Okay, this is not search. Yep, and now we need this. Let's restart and let's see. Explore trends, discover thousands of podcasts, download for offline listening. Okay, so we have 3 features. Now let's add more. Should I add more or keep it 3? Keep it 3. Yeah, we don't really want to do that. We did this. We did this. I think that's enough. Maybe we can just add last. Personalized recommendation. What should we use for recommendation? Suggest me in the comment section if you're watching right now. Let me just go in, search something up here. Recommendation. I need a good icon for that. Recommend, it's not that good. Hello, hello. let's ask the AI. Suggest me icon for personalized recommendation. Let's see what we get from the AI. Icon for personalized recommendation can be fun and here. Okay, stylized book with a bookmark ribbon. Yeah, we can do that. The icon represents the idea of personalized recommendation as curated a list of book recommendations. Symbolize the book. Okay, we are not having book recommendations. We're having a podcast. Okay, but still we can use that. That is still relevant. Let me see if we have any. We can use a bookmark. No, we cannot use that. Let me just go up here. Let me just say book. We can also use star icon for recommendation. Hello, hello. What are you doing, guys, today? Let's just use the stars icon. Okay, nothing special. Icons. Star. It's stars, so hopefully the new icon should be here right now. Explore trends, discover. Now we have personalized recommendation. Perfect. Now we need that star and circular. Okay, let me see. Star. How many stars do we have? Okay, you know what? Star border should work. I don't know. Yeah, it's border of the star. No, but we can still use that if we want. Explore trends. No, it's too much. Let's have that as outlined as well. I think we are done with this now. Now we might need to customize the font size of instead of 20 we're gonna use 20 SP. So 15 we're gonna use 15 SP. This is for responsiveness and different size of screens. We're gonna have 15 SP up here. Font size again 15 SP. I don't think we need a 15. 14 is more than enough, and 18 is also good, or we can keep it 20. Yeah, 13. No, let's have 14. I think I need to decrease those as well. Okay. We can even reduce this space. Flutter is not language. Flutter is a framework. Dart is a programming language. And if you want to start with Android, and then you can definitely go for Kotlin or Dart or Flutter. If you want to start with iOS, you can go for Swift. But for iOS, you'll need a Mac OS. Now we can get the Mac OS the way everyone gets from MacBook or Mac Mini or any other Mac product, or you can use Mac Station. Mac Station is a website from where you can just remotely access Mac by paying some rent. It's kind of a subscription service that they provide. Mac Stadium, or I don't know, something like that. That's the name. Or you can use a CI/CD for that, Code Magic or GitHub Actions to generate the iOS build. As well as you'll need a Apple developer account. If you don't have that, then you cannot publish the app. But even if you want to develop the app and want to test it on your own iPhone, then also you'll need Apple developer account. For Android, you can do it. Just do it on your Windows PC, Linux PC, and create the APK file, install it on your Android device. It's so simple to test and build. You can start with anything you want. You have completed C and doing C++, basic knowledge of HTML and CSS. Well, that's good, but where do you gonna use the C and C++? What was the purpose of learning those languages? Well, I know that will build a strong foundation of logic building and all that kind of stuff, which is good. You can use C++ to create a desktop apps like a Windows app. You can use C# to create games. If you want to start app dev, just start with a Flutter. It's easy than a native. Trust me, if you go for a native Android, it's a bit too much for beginners. You can start with the Flutter, and then you can also learn the native Android and native iOS if needed. I think I'm gonna post tutorials as well after this challenge gets over on how to use Flutter. I have done the native Android development in Java as well before I started Flutter, but yeah, I can start with Flutter tutorials first. Flutter Firebase and AppWrite, or how to use custom backend and like a production quality app. Or I can keep making apps live, like this one. Okay, I think the music was not playing on the stream, it was just on my AirPods. I just switched back to the stream. Okay, let's just continue where we left off. Let's implement, continue with Google and continue with Apple functionality, and we'll have the login, logout, sign up, and we'll also have a delete account functionality done. Then we'll move on to something else. But before we go and do all that kind of stuff, I'm really gonna quickly go and get access to the Apple developer account of my client, which definitely I'm not gonna show you the console, but yeah, I'll show you everything else except that. Okay, so first of all, let's open this in Xcode. Now to enable Apple sign in, we need to add capabilities in our iOS project from Xcode. So let's do that first of all. Okay, here we have the Xcode. Let's go to the runner, sign in and capabilities. Let's add a new capability, sign in with Apple. Okay, I need to go there, and then I need to do this, sign in with Apple, double click it, and it's updated there. Now let's see, I think we're also gonna have notifications in future. We'll come back here and add those capabilities when needed. I don't want to do that now, but yeah, I think that's it. Also I need to open this service, which is already open up here. Just copy and paste view code for authentication from the documentation. You know, it's that easy. For signing with Google, I have my own code template that I always use, which is really good, and I'm gonna use that again, as well as for the sign in with Apple with Firebase. And here I have that. I need to create a few more instances like this one, and this is not gonna be a static, of course. Final Firestore private variable. That's all we're gonna do now. Here we're gonna have this dot Firestore. Let's import the Cloud Firestore. Let's import the Google sign-in package. Let's import Flutter services. Let's import Dart developer package. Let's import math package as a math. Now what we're gonna do is gonna declare the collection from Firestore. It's not gonna be static. Okay, I think we cannot declare it before it's initialized, so we'll just have that in each function for now, just for the convenience. I'm just gonna do that. Now let's fix the other errors that we have. Let's create another function to save user information. I don't really think we need to save any information in the storage. Do we really need to do that? Okay, let's just do that so it's easy for us later on. Let's create a model, profile model, Dart, and let me quickly open one of my own tool. I created this tool with Flutter, of course, a few years ago. I know there are extensions as well for the VS Code, but I would just like to use my own app when I can. Yes, Kotlin is just for Android app development, but you can still use the Kotlin for other things. It's not just limited to the Android app development, but yeah, when you can use it for other tasks as well. Kotlin has multi-platform, I don't know what they call it. You can also create a hybrid apps with Kotlin, just like we can do with Flutter. They have their own framework. You can just Google it. You can create iOS and Android apps, like just we can do it with Flutter, with Kotlin as well. I haven't tried it yet, but I have heard about it. Profile, let's have a user's email, add field, display name, and profile picture. Profile URL, yeah, profile URL. Let's just say profile. No, not a profile URL. That doesn't sound right. Picture URL. Okay, let's have that. I'll press generate code, and I have the code. I just cut this code, paste this code up here, remove this, and import Firestore, and I have this code generated for me. I can just go back, import that class now, and I also need to add a UID, so now I'll add that myself. UID okay, done. That's it, I think. Let's say you have a display name, user dot display name. Yeah, if user don't have any display name, then we can just say unknown. Now profile picture URL, profile picture URL, user dot photo URL. Okay, well, let's have this nullable, because if user don't have it, then it's also fine. Yeah, and we need to import a crypto package and convert package for that, and that is solved. Let's import sign in with Apple. All of the errors are solved except this one. Let's declare the user's collection inside the sign in with Apple function right here, and all the errors are gone now. Hello, ethical programmer. What are you doing here? What are you working on today? I'm good. How are you? Yep, this is Flutter. I'm using Flutter to create Android and iOS apps. We're working on podcast app for one of my clients, this whole challenge thing, you know. Let's have Firebase firestore.instance, and I think all the errors in the project are now gone. Let's restart the app. I'm making a podcast app. We have completed the user interface in last 3 days, and now we're working on implementing functionalities. We'll be done with the authentication functionality now in a few minutes. Then we'll focus on the core functionality, which is playing podcast, loading podcasts, and all that kind of stuff. So let's do that. Let me quickly implement. There are a lot of people already teaching how to do it, but yeah, I can have a course for not beginners but for intermediate developers who already know Flutter but don't know anything in depth, or maybe beginners tutorials as well. Let me know if you want to learn from me. I will be happy to create a course for you, like a free course of course on the YouTube. I'm planning to create tutorials on AppWrite with Flutter and AppWrite in general, because we don't have much resources related to the AppWrite in terms of video tutorials. They have really good documentation, by the way, but it's hard for beginners to understand them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Also, I'm coming up with my own IDE for Flutter development, like a drag and drop user interface. Not a no-code tool. I'm just telling you right now, it's not a no-code or low-code tool. You can customize that code, but you can also speed up your process. Yep, I am. I'm Indian. And so you are. I don't know. You tell me. Are you too? Are you Indian too, like I am? You tell me about yourself. Where are you from? Okay, nice. Our neighbors. We are neighbors, yeah. Thank you. Let's implement sign in with Google and then we'll test it. Let's import providers, authentication services. Okay, now I have some Yep. So what do you work on usually? Which programming languages or tech stack do you work on? Are you also mobile developer or web developer? What do you do actually? Okay, we need to show the error message. We can show that. This is my client's project. I'm just making it in public. I got permission from him, so yeah. I am running a software company here in India, and this is one of my long-term clients. And he was like, "Yeah, let's do this." I started live streams of how I'm building his application so other people can also see the process. You know, it's really exciting. Full stack developer, nice. You can like what do you actually do, like a freelancing, or do you have a job? I am from India, exploration. I have started programming when I was 15. You can check out the video on this channel as well. The introduction introduction to Panara. I don't know, yeah, you can check out that video. I don't remember the title exactly, but yeah. It's a little introduction, a 2-minute video about me. Cool, you can share your freelance profile, like if you're on Fiverr or Upwork, with me on Twitter. Just go to the Twitter, tweet about it. I'll retweet that. Might help you to get some clients, you know. I see. What kind of business do you do then? Just, I see, you are importer. That's cool. This is my Twitter handle. You can tag me in your tweet. You can share your profile, freelance profile, on your tweet and just tag me. I'll retweet it for you. What do you import? Okay, that's nice. That's cool. Okay, you are stuck in tutorials. Okay, so how much Flutter do you know actually? Okay, perfect. When you go home, you can do it. I know. We're exploring exploration. Like, how much do you know Flutter? Like, how much do you rate yourself from 1 to 10? How much do you know about it? Okay, let me quickly do some sensitive data changes. My second monitor, and then I'll be back this monitor. Okay, probably 1. Okay, you started a week before, that's cool. You can watch the Net Ninja's tutorial. I know it's like 3 years old, but they're still relevant. You will learn the basics. It's a course, basically. It's not a tutorial. It's a properly structured course where he will teach you all the widgets and how to install it. You're already learning, so you already installed, I believe. So yeah, and once you know the basic widgets, you can learn basic navigation, Navigator 2.0. There's a lot of things. You can just also get a proper roadmap from one of the YouTuber that we have. See, let me show you some resources, free resources that I've already mentioned on our channel. You can just go to the channels, and these are the good people with good courses and tutorials. You can go to this channel, go to videos, and this is the roadmap video which you can watch. It's a really good one. You can follow this. I'm gonna paste that link for you in the chat. You can watch this guy. He makes really cool stuff with Flutter and other technologies. You can refer to heyflutter.com YouTube channel and Flutter Map, Flutter Explained, Robert, and the Reso Coder. And there are also a few more YouTubers that I haven't mentioned yet here, but I'll add them here soon. They are also there in the homepage. You can just go there and check that out yourself. It's cool, you know. For the roadmap, watch that video. It's more than enough for you to get started in right direction. Okay, here we have it, and let me go to this and paste the correct ID. Okay, I'm done with configurations. Now let's run the app again in our simulator. You can follow me on Twitter and send me a DM. You know, what's your actual name? Because I don't know if it's you or someone else sending me DM. As well as you can subscribe to this channel, because now I'll be very active on this YouTube channel, posting a lot of content regarding the Flutter and app development in general. Also guys, you can test the app that I have built in this challenge on your Android device. I'll put the link of the APK file in the description of this live stream once we end the live stream, so you can come back to the stream anytime to see the app yourself on your Android device. You know, if you want to test it, want to take a look at it, you can do that. Okay, let me. Okay, your name is Pranjal. Nice name. So when you DM or tag me anywhere in the tweet, then I know that it's you, you know, the exploration guy from YouTube. Name is Pranjal. Of course, I know that. Cool. Thank you. Now if I press continue with Google, it should prompt me to sign in with Google. I press continue. It's gonna take me to accounts.google.com, and now I can just log in my Google account basically and continue with Google. Okay, I have someone calling me. Let me quickly take my phone. Yeah, but I was using my phone as a webcam, but I need to stop that right now. Okay, I just received my parcel from the Amazon. I'll unbox it later. Let's get back to the stream. Let me connect my camera. Okay, I think I'm now connected. Perfect. Let's continue from where we left off. Unhandled exception, null check operator use, a null value. Okay, we have some null pointer exception. We need to fix that in the auth screen.dart 143 line number. Let's go there. Auth screen 143. Okay, so we have something wrong here. Now I don't know what's wrong because there is nothing much there in the 143 line. We'll see. Let's check the database now and the authentication, if it was successful or not. The authentication, of course. Let's do that. Podcast project. Let me open that up. My podcast. Here we have the project. Let's go to the authentication, and we have successfully implemented Google sign-in. Now let's go to the Firestore database and let's see if there's wrong, anything that's causing that issue. We have users, we have user ID, we have display name, email, UID, and profile picture from the Google account. Now we can show that information here in the profile tab. Let's do that. So let me quickly close this, and also we'll need some kind of loader. When user taps on a sign in with Google or sign in with Apple, we need to show some kind of loading indicator. How we can do that? Well, I can just show some kind of progress bar, but we can do that later. Let's just do this one first. Profile screen, we have this one. Now let's create its own widget inside a widgets folder. Let's say profile info tile dart profile info tile. Now I'm gonna paste that widget here, and we'll have some imports, and then we can definitely use consumer get the user, instead of child we're gonna use builder return. Let's import Firebase auth, and we have the user. Now we can do user dot photo URL. If it's empty, then we can actually just pass an empty URL for now. Later we'll handle it with showing the initials of the display name, users display name initials, unknown, and the email address, user dot email. We can do this, and now we can just import profile info tile widget here, save it, and now we have the user information in the profile tab, a user profile picture, username, and their email address that we just got from Google, and user continued with the Google sign in. You're gonna need to do same for the Apple sign in as well. Let's implement logout functionality and a delete account, and then we'll take a look at how to do Apple sign in. Okay. So let's create sign out function in our service file. First of all, signs the user out of the project, and then we'll call that function when user taps on that to sign the user out. It's so simple, All we need to do is sign out, and that's it. So I can just call that function here now, sign out. Yeah. Now before we call this, we also need to firestore clear persistence, so any offline cache data should be cleared up before we log out, and terminate. We need to terminate that. So terminate the firestore instance. After clearing terminate, you can only clear persistence, and after clearing persistence we can log the user out. Now we can have a wait. Now these three functions are more than enough. Now what we can actually do is show dialog, confirmation dialog, before we log the user out. That do you really want to log out or not, you know? Like if user taps on it by mistake, let's just say log out. Are you sure? Do you really want to log out? If user says yes or says no, let's have a dialog type to normal or error. Yeah, like really big red. If user taps cancel, there's nothing gonna happen. Just pop the dialog, navigator dot pop, and on confirm we can call the logout method, like that sign out method. And this is asynchronous, so we'll have the async like that. And I'm going to restart the app once we have the app restarted. When I tap logout, if I say no, it's gone. If I say yes, then I'll be logged out. Before we tap yes, we need the user to be redirected. Navigator dot push named replacement until the home route. Yep, that's it. Let's restart, and now when we tap yes, it should log out the user. Yeah, logged out. Now even if I restart the app, we'll be here. So if I tap continue with Google again, it's gonna prompt me. If I tap cancel, it's gonna say user has canceled login with Google, and this should not happen. We just popped out, so we need to go back to the auth screen. We need to handle this. Don't need to pop anything out yet. Oops. Okay, we have that. Let's restart the app. If I do this, if I do cancel, okay, that's cool. If I do this, if I hit continue, if I select my Google account, see, this is my profile picture that I used earlier. Now I'm logged in back again. This is my account. So we have successfully implemented user authentication with Google. Now let's do the same for Apple. Now when user taps on this, we can just have like a variable boolean loading to false, and we can just, you know, enable or disable that variable based on if the process is going on. Yeah, right here, set state loading to true. Again, set state loading to false. And also it looks like the music has stopped playing. Let's play the music. Perfect. Now let's see this in action. But before we do that, we also need to create another variable here, loading, and it is not required, and by default the value of loading will be false. So if we are loading, then all we need to do is to just disable this field. If it's loading, then just do nothing, empty function. But if it is, then just do that. Now, one more thing. We can also replace this whole widget with Cupertino activity indicator. This widget. Save it. Now let's go back up here. Let's declare this. Let's assign the value of the local variable that we have. Now it applies to both the Google and Apple. So if user clicks there, you'll have that. If you hit cancel, it's back. Now we just need to design that thing in a proper way, as well as we need maybe 2 local variables, Google loading or Apple loading. Which button is loading, you know? Google loading, Apple loading, whatever it is. Or we can just have a single variable because user should not be able to click on any other button as well. Hello everyone, how many people are there? If you're watching, just say hi in the chat. Would like to know you, introduce yourself in the chat. Okay, perfect. So if I press any button, we'll have those loader bars. If I click continue, they will be still there. If I press this, they will be gone, and yeah. If I press this, nothing is gonna happen because we have nothing in there. It's just empty function. Cancel. That's it. So yeah, let's implement Apple sign in. Now to test the Apple sign in, I will really need to do one thing, which is to test it on my own iPhone, and I cannot do that on stream right now, but you need to sign into your Apple ID. Okay, let's do that. Okay, something went wrong. Okay, because I don't have any Apple ID logged in on the simulator. Let's log into my Apple ID quickly. Let's see. Perfect. Now I have the Apple ID logged in. I should be able to test it on the simulator as well. Let's just restart the app. Let me go to the console, restart one more time. Perfect. If I tap this button, it should just prompt me to continue with my Apple ID. Perfect. That's so cool. See, now if I want to hide my Apple ID, my email address, then I can do that, or I can just show my email address. Now I have two different emails. Of course, continue with password, and I need to type the password of my Apple ID. If you're on your iPhone and if you have a Touch ID or Face ID, then you can also continue with that instead of typing password. When you click sign in, it's gonna be done. Okay, we are here. Now we need to handle this. I told you, if we don't have the profile picture or the name, then this is gonna create some issues. So how do we do that? Well, let's just handle that thing right away. Go to the profile info tile, and we have this tile. We can go to this screen, and instead of image widget we can just use a text widget. So what we'll do is, if photo URL is null, then we'll use the text widget instead. We'll just have a text, and now it's fixed. The screen is now looking a bit normal. We have the email, we have unknown. Let's go and take a look at the Firebase auth and the Firebase console. Let's see. Firebase console, my podcast, and here we have the console. Let's go back to the authentication, and I have signed in with Apple successfully in my app. If I go to Firestore, users, and this one is my Apple account. I don't have profile picture, I don't have a display name, but I do have it on my Google account, so I have those data. Perfect. So now we have completed user authentication with Apple and with Google. Continue with password. I can even cross this up and it's gonna say something went wrong. I can just say okay. Continue with password. It's pretty cool. You can go and do this. Okay, anyways, so I'll just continue again. We need to fix that issue. No profile picture, you know, and then we can continue working on other features. Now, to get the initials from the name, the user's name, what we can actually do is, I have code actually to do that. Let me grab that from here, and let's go to the utility. Let's say text utilities class text utilities, and paste this static function. Now let's import a, I don't know, material library. Wait, extension. Okay, let's do that. We don't have that. Characters. Is this some kind of a package? Wait. No, it's not. Okay, let's just import a material and then let's see. Yep, we have the problem solved. Now we just need to call this in here. Okay, now I need to put my AirPods in charge. We can put that. You guys can still listen to the music. Let me just play it if it's stopped. Yep. Let's have text utilities get initials, and we'll have a user dot display name, and we'll have limited to first and last name maximum, you know. And if we don't have any of these, then also we can wait, before I do anything like that, we need to also set the background color for the circle. So let's set the color for the circle to blue and have the text style. Also let's have 50 sp by 50 sp size. So now we have the blue circle, and if we don't have any name as well, then we can just use unknown. Perfect, and we can just have alignment widget, center. Now we can just have a weight of the font size and the font weight 16 sp, and I think that's good enough. Yep. If I have like another, perfect. So if you don't have a profile picture, then we'll just show the unknown or the name of your, or the initials of your name. So that was a success. We have successfully implemented user authentication in this session. So the initial list that we created today, we also need to implement delete account, so we'll do that now quickly. We have done the auth screen. I have done the sign in, sign up, logout. We need to do this. Once we have these information, we can actually work on the core functionalities. Now these things will be much more quick and easy compared to any of the things that we did. That's not for everyone. I'm just talking about myself because I've worked with this kind of applications a lot in past, so yeah, I can do these things quickly. So yeah, that's gonna be easy for me. Let's finish a few more things and then like a delete account. Yeah, let's implement that. Delete account. To delete the account, you just really need to do one thing, which is re-authenticate. You need to sign in again to delete the account. So let's quickly do that as well. I have the delete account function. Let's paste it up here. Delete account. Let's import material up in here, and we have it. Nice. Now let's just call this function, you know. Let's go to the profile screen again. Let's call this function again. But before we do that, we can always show confirmation that do you really want to delete your account, you know? Delete account. Are you sure? Do you really want to delete your account? This action can't be undone. And if user press yes, we're just gonna let the account be deleted, and then we'll just redirect the user to the login screen. That's what we're gonna do. So if you press this, I press no, I'm going back. If I do this and just say yes, then it's gonna ask me for the password again, that I want to delete my account myself. Nobody else is deleting it for me. Yeah. So I type my Apple ID password and it's deleted. Perfect. We don't have any errors, so it is a really good sign that we have successfully implemented delete account feature as well. Now let's take a look at Firebase auth. That does that account still really exist? We don't have that. Perfect. The Apple ID is not here. So let's do the same for the Google. Let's go sign in again with my Google account, and let me delete that account as well. Then we'll see. Delete account. Yup. I'm out. So we don't have that account as well. Now we still have a few information about that users who deleted their accounts. This account was deleted, this account was deleted, but we still have that information. We'll delete these informations in a batch with a cloud function every 24 hours, or maybe on user is deleted, we can just delete this document as well. I think there is an extension for that. We can just use that extension instead. Okay, so are you guys ready to test this app? Do you want to test this app? Well, there's nothing functional yet, but you can see what we have so far in the app. We have the user here. We can, yeah, that's cool. Now, one more thing I'd like to point out is sign in with Apple is only available for iOS users. This option will not be there for Android users, so I'm going to share Android build. So you'll only have a continue with Google option. Let me share the builds with you guys. I will share the next build tomorrow again, but for now, let me just share this one so I can get feedback. You can also delete your account once you're done with testing. It's your choice. Your data will be deleted from our database, that's for sure. Now I need to secure the Firebase rules. I'm gonna do that now. we're gonna need strong rules because we don't want anyone to hack our app, you know. So we have the collection named users, so we'll only allow read and write and all the kind of stuff in that collection. We have user ID, which should be unchanged. We have email, we have a full name or like a display name, we have a profile image, and I think that's all we have. Profile picture, profile picture URL, which is also a string and optional. Display name is required. Email is also required and unchanged. You cannot change the email. Save this thing and let's have the actual rules, because this is just a comment. Let's just say allow create document only if the auth ID is equals to the user ID. And has all these keys: UID, display name, email. I just copied some rules from my other project because I have a huge library of things that I wrote myself ages ago, you know. I always update them, by the way, regularly every month. UID, display name, email, and we have a profile picture, URL. These are the only fields that are allowed to be stored in this collection, and only by you, the user. And you can read it, yeah. So you cannot delete this information anyway. Only Cloud Function should be able to do this, because I don't want anyone to just delete the document and the user is not deleted. You know, like if you don't delete your account but you delete this document, then it's going to create trouble using the app. So we don't want users to do that as well. They just have to use the delete account option. You might be thinking, like, how user is gonna do that? Well, usually a normal user don't even do anything. The people who are crazy and you know, they know how to code, they can actually get a lot of information by reverse engineering the app. And when you do that, you'll get some keys and all that kind of stuff, but still you will have no access and no permission to do anything, because we have security rules on our backend as well. That's how we secure the backend completely in a production ready apps. Now we have a user should not be able to update this as well, because why would the user want to update this? For no reason, yeah. So no updates, no deleting, only you can read it and create it when you're signing up. So these are the rules. We just applied our rules. Now let's remove these comments. Now let's just delete the account and sign up again with the Google to see if we can that was confirmation. Let me delete all the documents that I have. Okay, so we have no documents. The database is empty and ready to go, means I can use that. Now let's create a new account. Plus, we don't have any users in authentication, so we'll have, when we continue, we'll have that user. If I refresh, we have that user, and if we go to the database, we don't have that information stored in here. So let me go and check the code quickly, because we might have the error. I think we don't have any error message yet, but that's definitely permission related issue. Let's quickly go and take a look at the rules that we just deployed to see if there is any mistake in the rules, you know. UID, display name, email, profile, picture, URL. Okay, it should do the job. There is no issues, but still, I'm gonna have a look at other things as well. Are we saving the user information? Profile to map. We can always return null if we don't have anything, you know. But I think it is null by default, yeah. It can be null. Profile picture can be null. Or we can just remove this and just make this required as well. Okay, now let's keep it nullable, and we can remove the profile picture from the rules. These are the essentials. That's all we need. Okay, so when I restart the app and when I delete the account, restart the app, now if I go and check the database, which is again empty, and we don't have any user yet, so let's create an account with Google. Continue. That is Gmail, and we have the account. If I refresh this, we have the account. If I go to the Firestore, we still don't have any data. Wait, let me check the name of the collection, because I don't remember the collection name that we go get. It's users. I think that's what we used in the rules as well. Profile can have that, email can have that. Instead of this line, we can also just say unknown email. We can do the same thing for other things, but Let me fix this thing first before we move forward. I'm just keeping things side by side so I can just view everything at a glance. Flutter, sorry, not a Flutter, but a lot delete update. If false means you cannot delete or update anything. Let me show you as well what I'm saying. Allow read only if it's you. Okay, and allow create only. Okay, so here we have the problem. Should be equals to, and request.uid should be equals to user ID. Okay, and request.resources that has we do have these keys actually. Let me open the code again. We have this. Let me copy this. Okay, so now we'll have this extra key. Let's paste everything up. Email. I know spellings are correct, but I still don't trust the illusion. That one. Everything is correct. Okay. Now let's try it again. Hello, hello. What's your name? Pat Flash. I don't know how to pronounce that. Thank you. Now let's delete the account again. Let's go back. Let's say continue. Let's create the account again. Once it's created, let's go back. Perfect. Now we have it. So now we have the information in the database, as well as we have the user in here, but in a secure way. You cannot do anything else. If I delete this account and go back and continue with my Apple ID, and sign in, perfect. Now I have my Apple ID in here, as well as we have that details here. Perfect. So it's working the way it should. Yeah. So we are done with security rules. Let's commit the changes. User authentication done. User auth done. That's it. Yeah. Sync the changes. And let me share the builds with you, shall I? No, let's complete a few more things. So auth is done, delete account, and all this functionality is done. Tomorrow we'll try to get these things done from 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You want to get these things done, as well as we need to get these UIs done as well. So we'll try to get these all the things done by tomorrow, because it's not much, it's so easy and simple, and yeah, it's easy, we can do it. Search functionality in audio player can be done on the last day. The rest of things can be done. So today was the day 4, if I'm not wrong. I don't even remember for the count. But yeah, so we still have a 3 days. We can get it done in a 3 days. Okay, so I think we should just end the stream. We did anything productive that much today, but we actually completed very big, not that big, but really good functionality of the app. In the morning session, it was not a morning technically, but yeah, in the first session of the day, I almost wasted all the time actually, because there was an error which was taking so long, like almost 2 hours. I don't remember that, yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna share the build with you guys. I'm just gonna paste the build link in the description of this video, which you can use it to install it on your Android devices and see it yourself, you know. Let me discard these changes. Let's keep it as it is for now. Flutter build apk release. Let's have this build. Okay, the Android build is generating. Okay, let's wait for it to complete the generation process. While it is happening, let's run this app. Okay, it's generated. So let me quickly upload it and rerun the app again in the iOS as well, so I can take some screenshots for the thumbnail, you know, the new screen that we worked on today. Okay, let me upload this APK file, which you can download it and install it on your Android device. This link is only valid for 24 hours, just so you know. If you're watching the recorded footage, then you might not be able to download this app, but if you're watching it recorded one, then you can definitely find this app in the App Store or Play Store. You can scan this code, or I'm just gonna paste this link in the description of this video or this live stream, so you can click that and install it right now. Yeah, go do it. Okay, now I am in my creator dashboard. Let me go and edit the description. Here you can see, guys, I'm gonna put the link in here. Okay, today's progress, Android APK. Here's the link. I'm gonna hit save. And now all you need to do is to reload the stream. Just go back and open it again and you will see the link. Just click on that, install it on your device, and share your feedback in the comment section or in the live chat. I'm here for you. Okay, let's generate the iOS build that I can also send to my client. Okay, there we have it. Okay, for the new viewers, go to the description of this live stream and download the Android build of our progress so far, and give me the feedback, you know, in the live chat or in the comment section. And if you're watching this stream pre-recorded later on, then you can definitely give your review on the Play Store, App Store, or in the comment section. I will join again tomorrow, but I'll do some preparations. Like I need to add podcast and episodes in the server so we can load them, you know, in the app. So I'll need to get that information from the client and load that up in the backend in the database so we can work on that feature. Right. In the morning tomorrow, yeah, in the morning. Right in the morning. Okay, now let me turn this off and open the app again. Let's log out and let me take the screen perfect. Okay guys, so I'll end the stream soon now, because that's all for today. We implemented authentication screen, we implemented authentication functionality, we are showing user information in the profile tab, we are able to log out, we're able to delete account. So it's a lot of things, but that does not seem so a lot of things because you cannot see it visually, you know. And that's a really big thing that I need to always communicate with my clients. Like, they're like, what you did today, like, this is it? And I was like, yeah, it's not less. I mean, it's also the same as creating user interface of multiple screens. It's just that you don't see a lot of functional part visually, you know. That doesn't mean we did nothing today. Also, let me mention one more thing. In our first stream, we actually did implemented user authentication. That was just authentication checking and all the packages installation and all that thing. But I think I had a memory issue. The memory of my Mac, the RAM, was full, so I was trying to restart the app, but it was throwing the error continuously. And then after retrying and trying to fix it for 2 hours, I stopped the stream. And also I didn't stop it intentionally. I had internet outage. My internet was off for a few minutes, so I was disconnected and the stream was ended there itself. And then I turned off all the softwares, the streaming softwares, and then I run the project again, and it was running without any errors. So I think it was because of the cache data in the RAM, which was being reused, and there was no more space left in the RAM to update that thing. It was causing that issue. So we did actually implemented that thing in the morning. It was just not much of coding. It was more of a debugging session. Okay, let me go to the IPA. Let me upload this for my client as well. Generated today at 5:51 p.m. Okay, perfect. If you are still here watching and listening to me, just say hi or a bye in the live chat, and I'll see you again tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow early because we need to get this thing done as soon as possible, but not gonna rush it. Need to keep everything properly production ready, you know. So we are trying to create a production ready app for one of my clients. If you want to be one of my clients and work with me, you can just schedule a free call with me from our website, and we'll discuss about your requirements. We'll see if we can help you with your requirements, and if we cannot help you, then we'll just suggest you a different ways from where you can get help for your project. But if we can, then we'll have another meeting we'll just share the proposal, you know. What software am I using? I'm using Streamlabs. Have you seen this icon? This little icon? The Streamlabs desktop. That's the software that I'm using right now on my second monitor in this side. This is my main monitor, this is my second monitor, and that's my camera. And here is my microphone. Yep. Okay. Let me update the thumbnail soon. Any other questions? If you have, you can just ask me in the chat, and then we'll end the stream soon, you know. Okay, wait, let me quickly do this. Session 1 was already live. I am not sure, it's a processing, you know. YouTube takes like a few hours to process it for SD quality and then HD, and once both the sessions are processed, then it's there on the channel. So when I come live, it's just live, and when I go offline, they are there, the pre-recorded footages, which you can watch maybe after a few hours or maybe tomorrow. I'll update their thumbnails, I'll add them into a playlist. Go to the playlist section in the channel, you will have that playlist there. You can find all the recordings in proper order, one after another, and like which you should watch first, which you should watch next. You know, I have created a playlist, so you can go and refer that playlist if you want to follow along from very beginning to the end. Just watch all of those one after another. Yeah, I'll add this session as well in that playlist. Where are you from, by the way? Air Hogan, I don't know if that's your actual name. Also, the new viewers, if you want to try out the app, whatever the progress we have so far, you can just go to the description and you will find a link. You can click on that link and download the app and test it on your Android device. And give me feedback. How is it? Do you find any bugs, you know? Anything. Hello, Evans. Yes, you came yesterday as well, I remember. What are you working on? Where are you from, actually? You didn't answer me yesterday. You are from US, Air Hogan. You are a native Android dev. Wow, that's cool. So what technology do you use? Kotlin and or Java for native Android development? I think you can do it with both, but which one do you use? In Flutter we use a Kotlin, like Flutter framework uses Kotlin. It was using Java before, but now it uses Kotlin. Share your Twitter handle, Air Hogan. Let's connect. You're also a developer. I'm also a developer. I might help you with some projects if you need. I don't know if you're freelancing, but if you are, then we can help each other. Yeah. Kotlin, yeah, I think a few years ago Google declared Kotlin as a native language for Android. Earlier it was Java, but they just released a major update for the Kotlin, and they are like, yeah, we'll have a Kotlin as a native for Android now. But that's good. Kotlin is good, I think. Okay, you are from Germany. Wow, Microsoft. So that's cool. Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations Dev. That's cool. I'm going to take these comments here so I can actually see the camera and can read this thing. That's cool. Why not just give me your Twitter handle? I'll just follow you guys. I'd like to see you posting contents. That's my Twitter handle. I'll follow you there as well. You don't have to follow me back, of course. I'm not just exchanging followers. I'm just trying to connect with you on some personal level. The social media, just want to know that how are my viewers, what they do. I want to know that. Okay, you don't work for Microsoft directly, you work for an MS partner. Okay, that's still cool. Like, working with them indirectly, it's still also cool, man. That's nice. Okay, I think it's time now. How many hours? Okay, it's 2 hours already in the stream, and it's 6 p.m. in India. What's time there, guys? Your local time. Yep, bye. Go focus on your work. 8:30 a.m. Okay, so it's almost a gap. (4:32 p.m.) Okay, 14:32. Okay, so 2. Okay, yeah, 14 minus 2, 12, which is 2. Okay, 23. Okay. Nice. Okay, so I'll see you again tomorrow with a new session. I'll have the database ready before I start next session tomorrow, so we can implement those features, uploading the podcasts and episodes from the database. I need to add the data in the database so we can use that. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Talk to you later.